in society.
Wasn't listening when we said this the last straw. America's a bitch in a green dress with no pants on. I just wanna find a pig to roast and put my hands on. Tired of falling over like I don't got feet to stand on. Jim Crow laws taking effect, it's getting bad. Niggas in the streets looting, trying to chase a bag. Mama in that house crying, hope I make it back. Rather die on my feet than to lay on my back. This the price of freedom, we get beatings every weekend. Wonder why the older niggas crack heads tweaking. I was naive, never knew there was a reason. Every single season, governmental treason. Youngsters eating off of Apple stores like Eden. Adam's apple choke, should've never let even. Crackers keep on cracking whips, it's time to get even. They sat me with a deacon and he said I needed Jesus. In today's society, I'd rather be a demon. Cause if I take a beating, they ain't leaving if I'm breathing. They say all lives matter, but I don't think they mean it. Cause if black lives matter, then why the fuck we beefing? Supreme Court full of old heads doing treason. Old money, white hair, only thing seasoned. If you lack facts, you might find it if you seek it. We ain't fucked the city up, we only 3% the region.
223 just got shot spotted. Subject is down. He grabbed my taser. Everyone 10-4. Jump in the suspect.
CHOP. And are you damn, are you mama in the house crying, hope I make it back, rather die on my feet than to lay on my back. This the price of freedom, we get beat. Wonder why the like killing it each song. It's like the perfect blend. Like I say, I'm still trying to find myself. So like rapping even or making music in general. I'm happy that my breakout song is lyrical to show people that, but like I'm also an intelligent, ignorant motherfucker too, and I feel like it, you know. So I'm still trying to find my own sound and stuff, you know. But this was like the realest song I ever did.
Artistry is an expression anyway, so it's kind of like, you know, you could like basically perfect a certain kind of flow, a certain kind of sound, and then you could one day be in this emotional state. Not an emotion, it doesn't have to be sadness, it could be happiness, and then you could just bring out this whole new kind of sound to yourself. So it's always an evolving talent with artistry, because if you look at like certain artists that they can go from hip hop to pop to like Afro beats and stuff like that. So it is, you know, it's always an evolving. So it's not just keep experimenting, keep doing what you're doing, and keep like being lyrical and things. So
I definitely find that the easiest songs are the ones from the heart that are real, because you gotta actually think to make shit up. You know, like
I think the track that you've done has come perfect timing with everything that's going on in the world at the moment. So it's kind of like an awareness.
Can I get another chance for the acapella though?
Yeah, don't move too much this time.
Yep, I'm sitting stationary now. I said, can you hear me good though?
Yeah.
Okay, I said, and I mean these words so from the bottom of my heart too. Like I said, they wasn't listening when we said it's the last straw. America's a bitch in a green dress with no pants on. I just want to find a pig to roast and put my hands on. Tired of falling over like I.
No.
Looting, trying to chase a bag. Mama in the house crying, hope I make it back. Rather die on my feet than to lay on my back. This the price of freedom, we get beatings every weekend. Wonder why the older niggas crack heads tweaking. I was naive, never knew there was a reason. Every single season, governmental treason. Youngsters eating off of Apple stores like Eden. Adam's apple choke, should've never let even. Crackers keep on cracking whips, it's time to get even. They sat me with a deacon and he said I needed Jesus. In today's society, I'd rather be a demon. Cause if I take a beating, they ain't leaving if I'm breathing. They say all lives matter, but I don't think they mean it. Cause if black lives mattered, then why the fuck we beefing? Supreme Court full of old heads doing treason. Old money, white hair, only thing seasoned. If you lack facts, you might find it if you seek it. We ain't fucked the city up. We only 3% the region. You know, and thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you. And to kind of give more context to that is just a quick one is like, we're in Seattle. I don't know too much about the rest of the world right now, but in Seattle, we're trying to defund the police by at least
Yeah.
50%. Defund them. Yeah, and
Go through some questions.
I have to say, I know my shit's crazy, like people are calling me, but I have to say, personally, from a black man, I commend you for that because
Question is, so when you're doing your writing and your crafting, at that point and moment, what influences you and what what inspires you when you wrote those lyrics? I think you've pretty much answered the question for this, but when you wrote those lyrics, what was it that inspired you the most? What was the movement that said, right, I'm gonna write this down?
honestly, I know when I wrote that song, like a few days prior, I went to my first protest, like ever. And it was the most like, I'm an emotional dude, so I was crying and, it was like a lot to get off my chest. And then, honestly, like my partner, Boogie Boy L, like he straight up messaged me. He rapped his verse for me. And me, I just have so much to say when it comes to this because, like, not only is it for me about Black lives, it's like, this is for, nigga, all my brothers and sisters, period. Like, all of us. And I mean us, like, all my allies, like, we're tired of this shit, And so when I wrote that song is so weird. Like, I can sit there for 30, 40 minutes on a song that's just like ABC bullshit, 1, 2, 3, la, la, la. But when it comes to stuff like that, I swear that shit just flows out. Like, I swear.
So
I can honestly say that's one of my favorite songs I've ever wrote.
that's
It's crazy.
Good. It is a strong, as I said, came out at the right time. So, okay, so I know you only started in the studio a few weeks ago and stuff. When did you first discover your artistry? You as an artist, you as a musician, not like officially but unofficially? Because I know you said about a few weeks ago is when you first went into the studio. But when was it like you started writing and you started spitting bars and stuff? And you actually
Honestly, it's always been some like music. It was like my first love. Like I got videos of me like when I was under 1 years old, just dancing all over the place. But like when I first started really trying to write, I was actually in prison for doing a 4-year sentence at the age of 17, charged as an adult. And yeah, that's how fucked up America is. But what's crazy is it really like molded me. Like I love that. I love the fact that I went to prison young because like I have stories I can tell my kids. I have experiences that the next man can't have, and it made me who I am today. Like I literally, I just feel more. I came out like.
I do know a few people that have been behind bars and stuff like that, and I've never heard anybody say that it molded me, it put a positive impact on my life and stuff. I've never heard anybody say that, so that's really uplifting.
Well, the thing is though, I want to point out like it's not that it rehabilitated me, because that's what they say it's for. There is no rehabilitation in prison. That's the sad part. Like that's one of my protests. Like why when a 17-year-old that made a mistake and got tried as an adult, and my mind wasn't even developed. And mind you, this goes all throughout like America in general. I don't know the laws everywhere else, but it's like to say that a 16 or a 15-year-old was mentally there enough to be charged as an adult, to me, is just preposterous for one. And then when I go to prison, it's like, where's the rehabilitation? I got out of prison not knowing how to drive a car. I never wrote a check. I've never had a job. I never had anything. And I had to learn all that stuff from my peers and stuff, and that was like one of the hardest setbacks for me.
Yeah. Okay. Oh,
Yeah,
sorry. Um, that is something that's like, I feel like it is getting better in the system and stuff like that, but it has to have a lot of backing and a lot of people keep pushing for it because they've got these blinkers on that they don't know when to make change.
yeah.
Mm.
And
Um,
by blinkers, what do you mean by blink? Like car blinkers?
like they just see straight ahead. So they've got, you know, like
I
how
knew
horses
it.
have
I
when
knew
they
it. I
can't,
knew
they're
it.
not
I knew it.
supposed to see what's either side of them.
We call them blinders. That's funny
What?
because yeah, we call them blinders. It's funny because when I went to
Ah,
school in Germany, I spoke English good, but like in Germany, English is a secondary language, and that's where I learned little shit like sneakers or trainers, fries or chips, and blinders are
yeah, the things that yeah.
yeah.
So you block the so you'll find it on like because I don't know if you guys have it in Seattle. I've seen it in other cities in America, but over in London they mainly have horses as police horses, and they have police horses, but police bicycles and stuff like that because it's just
Hmm.
easier to get around. So the
They have
horses
that
have
here.
those things on as well. So yeah.
Yeah, they have that in
That's
certain places. They'll have that here.
mm.
It's just weird for me
Mm.
to see though, because
Um,
it's yeah. I just feel more. I
I've
came
never.
out like, hmm?
I do know a few people that have been behind bars and stuff like that, and I've never heard anybody say that, it molded me, it put a positive impact on my life and stuff. I've never heard anybody say that. So that's really uplifting.
Well,
And
the
say,
thing is though, I want to point out like, it's not that it rehabilitated me, because that's what they say it's for. There is no rehabilitation in prison. That's the sad part. Like, that's one of my
mm,
protests. Like, why when a 17-year-old that made a mistake and got tried as an adult, and my mind wasn't even developed. And mind you, this goes all throughout like America in general. I don't know the laws everywhere else, but it's like to say that a 16 or a 15-year-old was mentally there enough to be charged as an adult, to me is just preposterous, for one. And then when I go to
mm,
prison, it's like, where's the rehabilitation? I got out of prison not knowing how to drive a car. I never wrote a check. I've never had a job. I never had anything. And I had to learn all that stuff from my peers and stuff, and that was like one of the hardest setbacks for me.
yeah, that's true. Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. Um, that is something that's like, I feel like it is getting better in the system and stuff like that, but it has to have a lot of backing and a lot of people keep pushing for it because they've got these blinkers on that they don't know when to make change.
Yeah.
Mm.
And
Um,
by blinkers, what do you mean by blink? Like car blinkers?
like they just see straight ahead. So they've got, you know, like
I
how
knew
horses
it.
have
I
when
knew
they
it. I
can't,
knew
they're
it. I
not
knew it.
supposed to see what's either side of them.
We call them blinders. That's funny
What?
because yeah, we call them blinders. It's funny because when I went to
Ah,
school in Germany, I spoke English good, but like in Germany, English is a secondary language, and that's where I learned little shit like sneakers or trainers, fries or chips, and blinders are
yeah, the things that yeah.
yeah.
So you block the so you'll find it on like because I don't know if you guys have it in Seattle. I've seen it in other cities in America, but over in London they mainly have horses as police horses, and they have police horses, but police bicycles and stuff like that because it's just
Hmm.
easier to get around. So the
They have
horses
that
have
here.
those things on as well. So yeah.
Yeah, they have that in
That's
certain places. They'll have that here.
mm.
It's just weird for me
Mm.
to see though, because
Um,
it's like in major cities out here though. Like you'll be in a major ass city and just see a horse ride by, or ride by, I guess. or walk by. With
No.
a horse walks
I,
by. You see a police officer ride by. Shit. But
it does happen. It does happen. Mainly in the big cities, though, it is. Okay, so how would you describe your musical style?
I have no clue. But my influences would be
That's my next
everything.
question.
There's like my style. I have no clue yet, but I know my influences are southern, like southern rap, and you would never even guess that from listening to that song. But like,
Mm,
yeah, my favorite music is just like old school down south Atlanta type shit, you know.
yeah, I do like
TL.
Southern music myself.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but then again, I grew up on the oldies, and I love bluegrass, and I love fucking all kinds of crazy shit. So I try to listen to everything, so my music doesn't sound like a person, you know.
Yeah, I see what you say because you can adapt it then.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is quite a lot of artists struggle with this question because it's kind of like, so if you could bring back any artist from the dead, who would it be? And you can collab
Oh
with
my
them.
God. Wow. That's hard. I would have to say any artist. Damn. I'll have to say, that is a hard question. I'm sorry. I'll say Amy Winehouse.
I like Amy Winehouse.
Yeah.
Have you
I
ever
love
have you
Amy.
ever come to London?
I've only been in London for like a few days, like layover going through Heathrow. I went
Um,
to, yeah, when I moved to Germany, I went by myself, and I had like escorts and stuff. So I got to see Heathrow, and they were telling me how you guys eat beans for breakfast and stuff. Yeah.
Because so Amy Winehouse came from a place called Camden in London, and that's where a lot of the underground music scene is. So it's like if you do ever come to London, Camden is a place to go if you want to hear live music. It has actually got a statue of her in the like by the bridge in Camden. So it's actually and it's really retro and it's really like really nice for like artists and stuff.
Yeah.
You come across all sorts. You can come across indie music, you can come across rock punk, you can come across lots of live events, lots of artists performing outside and stuff like that. So it is a really tight event. Obviously, right now we've got the pandemic going on, so it's kind of a lockdown. But it is
You know,
something
one
that's
thing I've realized, the reason I love Amy Winehouse so much, like I love I love UK singers so much because it's crazy how the UK is the only place that has damn near the same amount of soul as a black grandma from the South. Like when I listen to Amy and shit, I'm like, how can you be from, UK and
yeah,
just have that much soul? Like that's just
yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah,
But yeah.
she is a talented artist. So it's a shame that she's passed
Oh
away.
yeah.
So her legacy goes on.
Yeah.
Okay. So when you was a child, when was the first time you bought an album, and what was the album? Do you remember?
Um, I know my first cassette that I had was it was Godzilla 2000 with P Diddy, but my first CD that I ever bought was Project Pat, Mr. Don't Play.
Okay.
You guys might
Do you
not
still
know
got them
about
to
that,
this day?
huh?
I said, have you still got them to this day?
To this day, I love that shit. That's literally Project Pat's my favorite artist. You might not know who he is, but if you've heard of 3 6 Mafia,
I have heard of them, but not listened or anything.
You might know Juicy J. It's
Yeah.
Juicy J's older brother. That's my favorite rapper, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. What's the best advice you've ever been given as an artist or as a person?
Proper
Personally.
preparation. Proper preparation prevents poor performance.
That's probably why you were like minutes. Oh my God. Because I got the
Yep.
time zone wrong.
Yep. Uh-huh. I was like, what? No.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah,
Siri,
that was
Siri, what the hell?
my fault.
Oh no, that's
I didn't
fine though.
realize you were 8 hours behind me. I did not realize that at all. But if I had waited another like couple of hours, I would have been asleep. So because it was
Yeah.
like nearly 10 o'clock here. So okay. Um. Okay. So let's do some general knowledge questions.
Okay.
Right? Some general knowledge questions. How many states are there in the USA?
You said what?
How many states are there in the USA?
Oh shit. I'm just gonna go out on a whim here and say 52. Are there 52? No. 51? It's confusing. I grew up with how many states are in America? Is it 52 or 51?
52, I don't fucking know.
It's like 52 or 51 or something. Because we had 50 and then you got Puerto Rico now and you got Hawaii now and Alaska and all
Yeah.
that shit. Huh? She's in London. She's in the UK. These are just questions, I guess, to stump me. It's just, I don't know.
What is the capital of Italy?
The capital of Italy? Damn. I'm just gonna say Barcelona. That's not in Italy, is it? Nope. See, I don't know. Capital of Italy?
I don't know.
I got a question. If YES spells yes, what does EYES spell? Stumped.
YES spells yes.
What does
What is E?
EYES spell?
E.
Eyes.
E? E. Eyes. Oh, I don't get it. I don't get it. All right. So, last couple of questions. What's next for you?
What's next for me? Big things. Big things.
Live.
I just recently started doing videography. So I do my own videos too.
Where
I'm
can
too
we find you? Huh?
I'm
Where
too
can we
weak
find you?
on YouTube. Just type in Haze Hardy. And that's my grandpa's name, Reppin. You feel me?
Repping. That's good. And on, have you got any pages on Facebook, SoundCloud, or is it just on YouTube at the moment?
I have a SoundCloud, Haze Hardy, Instagram, Haze X Hardy, Snapchat, Haze Hardy, YouTube, Haze Hardy, and then also you want to go on YouTube and look up Boogie Boy L. That's BOOGIE BOYL, letter L. And that's my boy. He has a bunch of shit, and we have a mixtape coming out. And we have things on like all major platforms too, like Tidal, Spotify, all that.
Yeah. Well, hopefully soon we'll be able to get him on the interviews and stuff when he's free, and we can do one together maybe. I don't know. But yeah, I'm gonna wrap this up. But thank you so much for your time, and well done for winning the track of the day at SME Radio. And you got some monetary reward for that as well. So, Rig, well done. Keep up the hard work.
Thank you.
And I'll get this uploaded and everything. Oh, he just joined.
Oh, Boogie just joined?
Yeah. We're just about to wrap it up. But thank you so much for your time, and I'll send you this to you, okay?
All right, for sure. Thank you.
No problem. Thank you so much. Take care.
You too. Bye.
Bye. Yeah, sorry about that. That was it wasn't two. It's because I put my time I got my time mixed up because you guys are 8 hours behind. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. That was Haze Hardy. He was the track of the day yesterday for SME Radio. So this is the reason why we conducted a spontaneous interview. Always ready, always ready. So make sure you follow me, MimzabellPR. And make sure you follow him as well. I will be, he is on my post, and I will be uploading this interview, and or talk. And I just want to say thank you, big shout out to you all. Thank you all for tuning in. There is some more interviews coming this weekend. Make sure you follow SME Radio as well. So it's SME_radio on IG and SME Radio on Facebook. They have a live every single day on Facebook Live for the music to be played from different artists. And they are doing rewards at the moment. So the track of the day, just like Haze Hardy got from yesterday. So keep in tune, guys. Thank you so much, and I will speak to you soon. Peace out. 100.